Here from York Buddhist Centre, here on a Thursday morning, which is unusual for me, but Alex has swapped Friday with me, and we're both standing in for Shaki Padar while she has a well-earned break. So here we are, Thursday morning. We're going to do our usual loving kindness meditation. So nice to have you with us. I'm going to wait 5 minutes for people to arrive, and just going to spend that time settling in, being together. And I need to put my chat box on so I can see if anybody says hi. Oh, hi Chris. Hello Chris. Good morning. You're first on the chat box, and it's nice to have you here. We have kind of a bit of a misty start to the day in York here, but a beautiful sky, and certainly enjoying this sort of September hiatus before the autumn really kicks in. It's nice and warm. I'm going to be talking a little bit this morning just about the balance really between compassion and metta, which we're cultivating this morning, with wisdom and knowing when to direct the compassion and metta towards yourself and really respect your own boundaries. Good morning, Lynn. I'm going to be bringing green Tara in a little bit this morning, but I won't be going on too much. But just it's really nice to share with you as I'm going through my journey and different things come up. And this was something that came up at the retreat at the weekend in my little study group, and it feels really appropriate today to mention it. Good morning, Michelle. Good to have you here. So hopefully the things that come up for me are similar maybe to things that are coming up for you and are helpful. But yeah, because it's okay cultivating lots of metta, isn't it? But we do have to remember that includes us. We've got to really look after ourselves, otherwise we can't be there as much to help others. Hello Iz, good morning. I'm doing some good self-compassion to myself today because I'm going to spend the day in a health spa. How lucky am I? It was delayed from my birthday last year, which was in November, and yeah, myself and a good friend are going to sit in a health spa all day and spend the night. So wow, I just feel like the luckiest person on earth potentially today. So I'm really going to enjoy that. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, Maggie. Good to have you both here. And it's 7 o'clock, so we'll just get started. Oh, I know, Maggie. I'm taking this self-compassion to a whole new level. I'm on super self-care, which I think you should all do that as well, definitely. But this is a delayed treat. So yeah, as I was saying a little bit earlier, I'm just going to say something about the metta, which we're going to cultivate today with the loving kindness meditation, but also how to balance that with wisdom. And this was something that came up at the Sangha retreat with one of our Sangha members who's in a really tricky work situation where some very unaware people who were quite attacking consistently over months and years. And what she'd been trying to do valiantly is to really direct metta towards them in lots of different ways. And she's a very loving person anyway, so she does give out a lot of metta. But it come to the point where they were still being damaging towards her, you know, just because of their unawareness. They're caught in the cycle of life, the wheel of samsara. And if you remember, the Buddha talked about people being at different stages, so a bit like lotus flowers. Some people are still growing up through the mud, and their lotus flower hasn't started to open yet. So perhaps people like ourselves that meditate and feel a connection with spirituality and awareness and mindfulness, we're probably the people that the Buddha would say, you know, are a little bit open with our awareness. We're opening up and we're working on that. Whereas some other people in the world, lots of other people, are really down there in the, you know, they're stuck. They don't see any of this. They're just on the wheel of life, suffering, and we can see that when we really think about it. So, for example, when we think about the stranger in our meditation or the difficult person, we know that they are stuck in a cycle and they are suffering, but also that they are difficult for us to be around and sometimes attacking. So in Buddhism, wisdom and kindness are seen as equally important, absolutely equally important. You can't put all your energy into being kind to other people indiscriminately. I mean, you can, but you will get depleted, very depleted, and then of course you can't do it for very long. So you've got to bring in that wisdom to understand that sometimes people are just stuck in that unawareness. And then when I think really the thing to do is direct compassion towards yourself in equal measures. Yes, you understand what's happening with them. They can't see the way that they're acting or the way that they're just responding in a reflex kind of way to whatever happens in life. And they might have strong views that they stick to, and they want to be right and they want you to be wrong, and they're just stuck in that. And it's a horrible way to live. It's a horrible way to live. We've all been there. So we feel compassion for them, but it doesn't mean that we want to be around them all the time and try and change them. But the only person we can change is ourselves. That's the only person we can work on. And then over time we do become somebody that people look at and they think, oh, she's so calm. I'd love to be a bit like that. I'd like to be more like that. We do have an effect just by being and developing spiritually. So I wanted to just bring my green Tara in, if that's okay. Some of you will know about green Tara, but she's in Buddhism, she's a bodhisattva of compassion, and she's always very beautiful. Oh, there we are, very beautiful figure. But I don't know if you can see her figure. She's got one foot towards us and a hand reaching out. So she really wants to help human beings that are suffering. She really wants to help. And that's, I guess, part of metta, isn't it? You want to help, you want to send love and help people. But her other hand is protecting her heart center. It's like that. And I guess that's maybe the wisdom and the self-care. She's not letting other people's awareness hurt her. She's reaching out, but she's also keeping her boundaries and protecting herself. So yeah, I won't go on for too much about that, but I hope that's helpful to you. It was really helpful to me to watch someone else working through that at the weekend. So yeah, today we're going to practice and exercise our loving kindness, but knowing at the same time that it starts with the loving kindness to ourselves, and that sometimes we do have to go like that and just keep our boundaries with other people who are very, very unaware, at the same time as being available to help people who want to relate to us and want to develop. So we're going to settle into our meditation posture. I'll just put my timer on. We'll aim to finish at about 25 to. But obviously, if you need to go, you need to go. So yeah, just taking a few deep breaths just to ground yourself, and hopefully you've made yourself really comfortable, alert, perhaps upright in your posture, or if you're lying down, just making sure you're not too sleepy. So you just get that lovely balance between being physically relaxed but alert. Just making sure you're going to be warm enough so that you can bring all your attention to developing kindness this morning for ourselves and others. Just noticing the breath, the in-breath and the out-breath. Without trying to change it, just following it with your attention for a bit. Noticing how the breath moves the upper part of the body as your lungs inflate. Feeling your rib cage just expand and widening. Moving the front of your body. And the back of your body. And just letting your mind settle, the thoughts settle down. Just moving your attention to the lower part of your body, the belly. Can you sense your breath in the belly? Lovely subtle movement. But just drawing your breath as deep as you can into your belly. Just allowing your breathing to find its own natural rhythm. Just allowing the river of your thoughts to arise and pass. Just arise and pass. We don't need to pay much attention to the thoughts. They're just happening all the time, like a stream. We can just let them go, if any of them stick with us. Just let them pass. We can just sit beside the thought stream on the bank. And just relax in our body. And just when the attention wanders, just bringing it back to your body. It can help to imagine roots growing down from where you are right now, deep into the earth. You are part of the earth, part of the universe. Just let those thoughts go again and again. The Metta Bhavana, loving kindness meditation. And in the first stage, we're going to direct a sense of love and friendliness towards ourselves. Just as you sit here today. A human being searching for peace and freedom. have many parts to you, and they're all welcome this morning. All the parts that you like, and all the parts that you'd rather not have. Perhaps the irritable parts or the impatient parts. But let's just welcome them all in. And direct loving kindness towards all of ourselves, just as we are. It might help to think about one time this week when you've been kind to another being, human or an animal, and maybe gone out of your way to be kind and friendly to that other being. Just remember that. You can maybe picture it. It's not easy living with a human mind, but you are cultivating kindness and friendliness, and that's a beautiful thing to do. So can we lower our defences and just allow the kindness of the universe to fall upon us like a beautiful golden sunlight. You might feel it warming your body. Perhaps opening your heart a little bit more. Genuinely wishing ourselves well. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be free from suffering. Just look upon yourself with a kindly gaze. And now we're going to think about a good friend and bring them into our meditation. Maybe someone that's been kind this week to you or given you advice. Just the first person that pops into your head. We probably already have lots of positive feelings about this person. They're a friend of ours. Just imagining that person in the room with you, maybe sitting across from you, or out in nature somewhere. Can we direct some metta loving kindness towards this person, this good friend. And as you think about this person, you might just be open to feeling a sense of warmth in your heart centre, just in the middle of your chest, just below the lower rib cage, or just behind the lower rib cage. You might feel some warmth or a sense of opening in your heart centre when you think about this person. When we think about it, we know that their life is tricky, just as ours is. They have times when they're feeling good and things are going right. And then the circle turns and they maybe feel disappointed or let down by the world. And they just go round and round like that. Just as we do, or we can do. So can we look on this person with a kindly gaze? Maybe imagine smiling at them. Maybe doing something kind for them. Just opening our hearts to them. Genuinely wishing them well. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. Just letting the good friend leave our meditation for a minute. We're going to ask them to come back in later. And now just choosing someone who's a relative stranger to you. Maybe someone that you see but you don't know, and you maybe don't have many feelings about. You just feel neutral towards them. It can even take a minute to identify someone like this, because we're just unaware of so many beings in the world. But maybe think of someone that you see on public transport regularly, or in a shop, or a neighbour, or even someone from work or on a Zoom call that you attend that you just don't know. Just picture that person briefly in the setting that you bump into them. We're going to direct some loving kindness towards this being, this human. Because we know that their life is very important to them, just as ours is to us. They have plans and ideas and beliefs that are just crucial to them, or they feel crucial to them. Relationships. And they go round and round in samsara, the wheel of life. Sometimes happy, sometimes disappointed, and perhaps happy again. That's not an easy place to be. Can we generate some love and metta and beam it towards this person? Genuinely wishing them well. Can we look upon them with a kindly gaze? As another human living with a tricky brain. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. And we're just going to let the stranger go for a minute. And we're going to turn our meditation towards someone that's quite difficult for us to be around. It's someone that we just find irritating or just rubs us up the wrong way, and we maybe don't look forward to seeing this person or coming into close contact with them because of the way we feel around them. So just using your breath to be really kind to yourself as you imagine this person. Because you might notice your body tensing up a little bit when you invite them into the meditation. Because they are hard for you to be around. They trigger you in some way. But as we invite this person into our meditation and imagine them being across from us, sitting beside us, we do know that they are a being so much like ourselves. They get hooked onto ideas, relationships, and they feel that that is the way to happiness. And of course, these things are impermanent, so suffering arises. They experience aging, just as we all do, illnesses, changes in appearance and capability that happens over years. and they suffer. We know that deep down that they do suffer. Can we bring some compassion and direct it towards this person? Can we open our hearts even just a little bit to this being, instead of writing them off and being angry with them? Doing something quite radical, turning towards them in this meditation with love and kindness. And that's not easy to do. And if it's too difficult, maybe come back to being compassionate to yourself and being open to the possibility of being kind to this tricky person for us. But if you can, just imagine directing some lovely sunshine towards this person. Lovely beam of kindness, friendliness. Just directing it towards them from you. And wishing them well. May you be well. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering. And just in this final stage of the meditation, just seeing how far we can spread our feeling of loving kindness this morning. Just starting off by imagining all four of you in a circle. It's yourself, your friend, a stranger, and the difficult person. And knowing that all four of you deserve equal amounts of metta. Can you imagine equal amounts of golden sunlight falling on all four of you? Beaming from the universe. May we all be well. May we all be happy. May we all be free from suffering. And just in the last couple of minutes, just taking the time to experience that situation. And maybe imagining the metta from your circle of four just expanding to everybody in your house, your street, your area. So just for a few minutes, you are compassion, you are kindliness, and it's all beaming out from your efforts. May we all be well. May we all be happy. May we all be free from suffering. I hope you enjoyed the meditation this morning and that it sets you up for a good day with lots of friendliness and also good boundaries and knowing when to look after yourself and be compassionate to yourself. So have a lovely day. Alex is going to be with you for tomorrow's morning meditation on Friday, and then again on Monday, and then I shall see you on Tuesday for some mindfulness of breathing. So have a lovely day, everybody, and hi to everyone that joined us a bit later. Lotus Freya, what a lovely name. Karen, Sarah, and much metta to all of you. Bye now.